Welcome to my channel. Today for another look at a bridge camera, this time an old Casio camera from 2008, an EX F1 camera. Let's have a look at that. So today we're going to look at a bridge camera that I bought together with the one I reviewed in the last episode, which you can see up here, the Nikon P900. This one is a much less capable camera, but more of a normal bridge camera, I'd say, at least from back in the day, from 2008 when this came out. The specs on it are not very good. One spec is better than the Nikon P900. That is that the sensor is a bit bigger. It's a 1/1.8 inch sensor, but it only has 6 million pixels, so the resolution is much less than the P900. And the zoom is much less impressive. Whereas the Nikon had a zoom of 83 times, this one has a zoom of 12 times only. And it goes from around 36 millimeters to around 432 millimeters in full frame equivalence. There's a built-in small flash in this one, so it holds 32 megabyte. Doesn't sound like much, but with a resolution of 6 megapixels, it can actually store in the highest resolution around 10 pictures, or 9 to 10 pictures. But you can add the cards to it, and it has a storage here for SD, SD-XC, MMC and MMC+. I think the two latter will be a bit hard to find these days, but the SD cards are very easy to find. And I'm using a 32 gigabyte card, so it can store quite a large number of images from this camera. One of the good things is that the aperture is quite nice. It's from 2.7 at the widest to 4.6 at the longest focal length. So that's quite all right, and you can blur images quite decently, as I will show you in some of my examples here. If you use a normal focus mode and at the wide end, it can focus to 40 centimeters, the closest. And when you zoom in, which you can do on this, but I'll tell you about this ring in a moment. If you zoom in on this ring, you will see in the viewfinder, you will see the closest range changing. So when you are at the longest end of the focal range, you will only be able to focus to 1.1 meter, but you will see that in the viewfinder, and that's quite nice to have that information available right there in front of your eyes. But as I said, this ring can be used for other things. You can use it in fast frame rates to set the frame rate of the shutter. Of course, the resolution will drop if you use to record video with a large frame rate. But it can actually record full HD. Now that's quite surprising for me. I didn't think this old camera was capable of doing this, but it is, and that's quite nice. So, and actually quality is okay. I would be able to use it for YouTube videos at least. Of course, YouTube is also not very high, not very good for high resolution at all, but it can be used for that purpose. And if you set the camera to manual focus, you can use it to focus, and as I said, you can also use it to zoom. I like that. It's like having a normal DSLR with a zoom lens, and you can zoom on the lens. So I'm used to that. Of course, it also has, like many of the cameras of the day or many compact cameras, it has a zoom lever here as well. But I prefer to use it this way, and I very seldom use manual focus on this kind of camera. On many other cameras I do, but not on this kind of cameras. So what about the shutter? Well, it has a mechanical shutter built in that goes up to 1/2000th of a second, and it can do 1/4000th on electronic shutter. And if you use manual exposure, you can set it up to 60 seconds of exposure, and on to 1/4000th in the other end, of course. ISO is from 100, where the image quality is decent, and up to 1600, where the quality of the images falls off and there's a lot of noise in the images. But I think like 100 to 400, maybe 800 is okay. 1600 is definitely not. This is a small viewfinder here. It's 2.8 inches, but back in the day in 2008 that was quite decent actually. The resolution though is only 230,000 pixels. And the viewfinder has an even smaller resolution, but it seems quite clear. But it's only 202,000 or 201,000 pixels, so not very high resolution. One thing that is quite astonishing is that if you record video, this one actually has a microphone input, a fully standard microphone input. So you can use an external microphone and get very decent quality. Unfortunately, the screen, the LCD is not swivelable, so you cannot record yourself and use this as a vlogger's camera, because full HD and nice resolution and an external microphone, that could be used for that kind of purpose. But no swivelable screen makes that not possible. What else to say? Well, there's a mini HDMI output also, so you can actually record to an external recorder if you wanted that, or you can watch your movies and images on a television set. So that's also nice. The battery inside here is quite decent. I'll show you. It's also very big, makes the camera a bit heavy, but that one holds like 500 shots. And I've shot for this with this camera for some days now, and I haven't noticed any degradation in the battery, or there's still the full battery in this camera, although I've shot some videos, some images and stuff like that, and yeah, it's still full. So that's quite good. It's there's a bit of heft to this camera, so it has some weight, but it feels well in the hand. It has a very deep grip, so I don't feel uncomfortable walking around with this for hours. But it weighs 671 grams. But that's most about the camera. Let's look at some images shot with this camera. So I hope you liked my little review of the Casio EX F1 camera, a bridge camera from 2008, which surprised me by having a very nice quality and also having full HD video and even a microphone input. So I actually like this camera. I got it, as I said, in a box of 5 bridge cameras, of which the Nikon P1 900 that I reviewed last time was one, but this one was the next one I wanted to review. I also have a Panasonic camera there, and then 2 more cameras that I probably will review in one video because they're not that interesting, but very cheap. This one can also be had for very little, and that's why I could recommend it if you just want a very simple camera and very nice to use camera actually, because I like the interface on this camera. There's a lot of good buttons, so you can press, and the menus are easy to find out. So recommend it if you can get it for cheap, and the quality of the images are, despite the 6 megapixel, are quite decent, and also the full HD looks okay. So if you like this kind of videos, please subscribe to my channel, and on this video also hit the like button. It will help me create more content for you and help others find this channel. So thank you very much for this time, and bye for now.